as well as your school and its representatives. Be loud, be proud, respect all. Now, Brophy extends a special welcome to all the players, parents, fans, and staff from Corona High School.
All right, what is it? How do you say this name? Gingrich? Gingrich? I'm gonna go with Gingrich. Gingrich.
Oh Lord, as they display their talents for the greater honor of your glory. We ask these things in the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you. To honor all the United States and those who serve our great nation, please join our
be good once you bring us in. Because I mean,
Hello and welcome on a beautiful Thursday night here from Central High School, the home of the Brophy Broncos.
Hi, Dowie. It's Paisley here. So excited to call this game with you. We are here at Ray Lang Field, not Brophy's field, but Central High School's field.
Yeah, so it's actually it's interesting tonight because tonight is senior night for the Broncos. So it's going to be a great game. They face off against the 1-6 Corona del Sol Aztecs.
That's
And
right. The Broncos are 6-1, and Corona's actually the opposite, 1-6.
So yeah, the Broncos come in 6-1, 4-1 in the conference and 1-0 in the region, coming off a 51-10 win against Desert Vista. Well, it's been an up and down season for them. Opposite record, 1-6, 0-2 in the region. So it's been tough. They are led by head coach Jake Ball, while we are obviously the Broncos are led by Jason Jewell. Broncos coming in ranked number 4 in the state, number 8 in the Open Division, and number 92 in the Max Preps national rankings.
Right, and their only loss was to Basha, but honestly, that score was 32-35. I mean, they could have held in on there, but that's all right. It's high school football. Basha's a great program, so. But we're here tonight, ready to see the Brophy Broncos face off these Corona Aztecs.
So here we go. We got Brophy kicking it to Corona to start off the game. Dominic Ruiz is back to return for Brophy. And we are off here. A little squib kick to start off. Corona caught a little off guard right there. Looks like that's number 7, Luke Farrell, on the coverage, and a great start for these Brophy Broncos.
Right, Luke Farrell, who is most likely going to be number 1 quarterback Luke Farrell, which his number 1 target will most likely be Dominic Ruiz tonight, right? Dominic Ruiz has 35 receiving yards,
Receptions.
and 596 yards, and 7 touchdowns on the season.
So here we go, starting out at the 20 of Corona del Sol. Like we said, Luke Farrell, the quarterback. Should be a high scoring game, though. Corona averages 23, and there we go right there. Dominic Ruiz with the carry to the 25. One thing to notice, I mean, Brophy has one of the top D lines and O lines in all of Arizona. They've always done a good job, only giving up 15 points a game to opponents right now. They average 23.6 points a game. So Farrell in the shotgun. And they'll hand it off right there. And Omaha gained up a couple right there, like we talked about. A lot of heavy hitters on that D line. Hernandez, Finch Logan, whole bunch on the play right there. And right on point, there's Finch Logan right there with the stop for the tackle. So Corona has a two-headed monster. They like to run. Number 13, Tristan Ritchie. Number 34, JP Schauble. Those will be the 2 running backs that get the most action tonight. So here we go. 3rd and 5 from the 28. Receiver in motion. And another handoff. And it'll be, looks like it's short. And what a start for these Broncos. Always good to get 3-0 on the first play. We'll see. Corona del Sol. Will they go for it here already in the first? That's a tough decision. I mean, Corona comes in 1-6. So, I mean, if you're coming in with that type of record, I guess you got to take your shots early. So, Farrell in the shotgun. I'll take this now. Look, and he's met by a convoy of Broncos in the backfield, and a tough start for the Corona de Sol Aztecs. But what a start by this Brophy defense. The strength of Brophy all season long have been putting up and showing out, and they show it right there. Turnover on downs.
That's the thing about this Brophy team. They just come out strong and they finish strong.
So here we go. The Brophy offense heads out there, led by the quarterback Case Vandenbosch. Obviously, he came in midway through the season. Rylan Humphrey started out the season as the quarterback. He got hurt. Case Vandenbosch stepped in, and he took over the role, doing a great job. And he's looking to take a shot here on the first drive. And that's Dalen Sharper for the touchdown. What a start. One play, one drive, one touchdown. What a start for these Broncos here. And when you have a team like Colorado, so I mean, you got to make them pay early here. So here we go. Great start for these Broncos. We got the kicker, number 29, Ryder Hampton, out there. Hampton was 27 for 27, make that 28 for 28 on extra points. And what a start here. 9:38 in the first quarter, and the Broncos already get the lead. So talking about Corona now, I mean, that's a tough way to start right there. Going 3-0, turnover on downs on your first drive, and then one play, one touchdown for these Brophy Broncos. It's going to be interesting to see how they respond because for Corona del Sol, the problem isn't the offense. They average almost 24 points a game. The problem is their defense. They're giving up 42.8 points per game. That's a tough one right there. I mean, you never want to see that. And that's been the reason why they've started off 1-6. They've been able to put up a lot of points, but they haven't been able to stop the opposing offense. And another score kick right here. There's Ruiz again for the action. And they'll be down, it looks like, short of the 25, about at the 24 right there. So 9:32 left. The Aztecs take the field again. It's a first drive for them. But like I said, you got to watch out for a couple of their playmakers here. Dominic Ruiz, as we talked about, he's number 1 in receiving yards and touchdowns for the team. Also have number 87, Jacob Held, the tight end, and number 2, Jude Stevens, who they like to get the ball to as well. So here we go. Throwing in the shotgun. Look. Has a wide receiver. And right on point, there's number 2 right there, Jude Stevens, for a good game. Like I said, this team they're very capable on offense, averaging 259 total yards per game, 80 of those on the ground, 179 through the air. So that's a great way to bounce back on your drive. Farrell in the shotgun, and they'll hand it off right there. That's the running back, Tristan Ritchie, and a nice gain right there on first down. Bring it close to midfield. That's something that you don't see happen a lot with this Brophy defensive line. They shut down the run a lot. So if you're Corona del Sol, that's a great start for you especially after that turnover on downs here. I mean, you got to think head coach Jake Barrow definitely has trust in this offense, going for it already on 4th down. And they're going to have to put up some points tonight if they want to stay in this game with Brophy. So here we go. 2 players collide at the line of scrimmage right there. That looked like number 13 Richie and number 1 Ruiz. Ruiz is in motion right there, and that's a tough way to start it. Luke Farrell will take that sack right there. Yeah, well, as a head coach, you always got to have your team ready, whether you're 1-6 or 6-1. You got to be ready to perform. There's Farrell right there. Tough coverage right there by Brophy. Had 3 defenders in the area. That was targeted for, looks like that was number 5, Jacob Pelt right there. So, 4th and 12, I mean, after that first drive, I don't think you go for it again, that's for sure. And it looks like we'll have those 2 returners for Brophy, number 10, or number 20, Cree Thompson, number 9, Ryder Noche. As we know, both of them very explosive in the return game, so it's going to be interesting to see. A little bit of a scuff snap right there, and Cree Thomas will get it, look to make a move, and he'll get up to about the 35 right there. So, yeah, I'm telling you right now, those boys, especially Ryder Noche and Cree Thomas, they can make explosives happen in special teams right there. So here we go. After a quick first drive for the Broncos, 1 play, 1 throw, 1 touchdown, they go out again. They go out again to start their second drive. Vanden Bosch, he'll have 3 wide receivers to the left of him, 1 to the right. Looks like Harrison Chambers is there in the backfield. But that'll go to number 13 right there. CC, also known as Christian Camarada. Nice to see him get involved early. Yeah, you know, as a wide receiver, you always got to have the moves right there. Yeah, and you'll see a lot of a 3-headed monster here for Brophy tonight, whether that's, Vanden Bosch. Oh, great toss and catch right there. That was number 3, Nathan Benzie. But going back to it, you'll see a lot of running tonight, whether that's number 5, Carlos Estrada, number 15, also Case Vanden Bosch, or number 6, Harrison Chambers. They do love to run the ball, averaging 219 yards on the ground. So that should tell you all you need to know. So here we go, 3rd and 1 at the 45. If I'm the coach right here, I mean, we've just talked about it. You average over 200 yards on the ground. This is definitely one of those running circumstances right here. And you got the big QB, 6'2", 195. I mean, why not use all his length and strength to go and get this 1 yard? Not to mention that offensive line either. I mean, so here we go. And right as we say, Case Vanden Bosch will call his own number and pick up the first down easily. You'll see that a lot right there, that read option from the QB, that quarterback keeper right there. And I'm telling you, he is a threat with his legs. Look at him being a good teammate out there as well. So here we go, 1st and 10 from the 38. Vanden Bosch getting the calls in from the sideline. 3 wide receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Harrison Chambers in the backfield. And that's where the ball will go. Excuse me, that's Estrada right there. And he'll get an easy first down. Number 5, Carlos Estrada. Like we said, they love to run with those 2 backs and then with the quarterback as well. Estrada got a good chunk of the carries so far. He has 52 carries for 316 yards, averaging 45 yards per game and 4 TDs on the season. So a big jump from last year for him. And he's been performing lights out this season. Vanden Bosch, he'll take the snap. He'll look. And he'll decide to use his legs right there. Gets out of a tackle. Fumble! And holds the ball. And Corona del Sol, the Aztecs, will recover. That's a tough one right there for Brophy. Early turnovers. I mean, when the gap is so big between these teams, you obviously have a 6-1 team in Brophy, 1-6 with Corona. That's the way that you let the other team stay in the game. Those turnovers, those mental mistakes, you can't have those. There's an early turnover right there for this Broncos offense. Yeah, Corona del Sol, 2 drives, 0 points so far, so we'll see what they have to do. I mean, that could be a little bit of a momentum shift right there as well. Yeah. So here we go. 1st and 10 from the 20. Farrell looking for his wide receiver. He has Ruiz in just out of his reach right there. You'll see Ruiz, I mean, he's a playmaker like we said. Averaging, looks like he's averaging over 85 yards per game with the 7 TDs. So he'll be targeted a lot right there. That's a missed opportunity, though. You got to have those plays, especially when you're coming in as the underdogs. So 2nd down after that. Farrell, he'll line up in the shotgun. Running back right next to him. They try to run it right there, and they're met by a convoy of Broncos right there. Matthew Hernandez looks like he was the first one in on it right there, but I'm telling you right now, it's going to be trouble all night if they can't get that running game going, because especially when you let the dogs go out and, you know, they're in obvious passing situations, just like this one, 3rd and 14 right here. You'll have, you know, obviously Bastion Vandenbosch, Finch Logan, Hernandez. You'll have the whole gang looking to pin their ears back and go get this sack right here.
And I'm an unbiased journalist, but you know, I honestly love to see an underdog.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So here we go. Farrell takes the drop back. He'll find a Ruiz right there, trying to make something happen. He'll get close, but not enough right there. Great tackle. Looks like that was number 21 right there. Deshaun crying on the tackle. So they'll be close right here. They went for it before in their own territory. Will they do it again?
I don't know if you noticed on Farrell, but he just got a quick snap of his arm. I really see his elbow just
Yeah, I mean, you got to have a quick, you know, release, especially with this D-line. D-line averaging over 2 sacks a game, 1.2 forced fumbles a game. So, you,
he's really got to make his coincidence.
yeah, you got to go quick here.
And flag on.
That looks like that's on Brophy right there. And like we said, I mean, you can't, that's a free 1st down right there for the Aztecs. Great job by Farrell, but if you're Brophy, the mental mistakes right now is what's keeping the Aztecs in this game.
It looks like a flag on the play was for encroachment. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it looks like it'll go against the Brophy defense right there. So new set of downs here. 1st and 10 from the 34. Farrell takes the snap, looking for someone, and that's a risky pass right there. That was number 8, Dominic Mitchell, in on the breakup right there, but he threw into a lot of traffic right there.
Donovan Mitchell broke
Yeah,
that pass up
it's
quickly.
tough. I mean, you got a lot of playmakers here on this Brophy defense, obviously. You got, especially in the secondary, you got Cree Thomas, the Notre Dame commit. Got number 21 right there. Deshaun Crine, Dominic Woods, he's having a heck of a year, over 50 tackles on the season. So you got a lot of playmakers out here for Brophy, and they're going to need it. Farrell, he'll take the snap. He'll find his running back right there. That looks like that's number 13, Richie right there. And they'll take it about 5 yards right there. Cut it in half. So this is the type of, you know, situations you want to be if you're Corona. You don't want to be behind the sticks. You got to be in 3rd and minimum, 3rd and short, you know, medium at the best. But this is they're on schedule right now, but this is a big play.
And how is important converting 3rd downs?
I mean, it's the most important thing right
important
now.
thing.
If you're Corona, you got to get this 3rd down, because God knows what'll happen if you get the balls back in Brophy's hands.
It's like our Arizona Cardinals. Got to convert more 3rd down.
So here we go, 13 right there. Trying to maybe cut it in half, but he definitely won't get that 1st down. I was Tristan Ritchie on the carry again. Seeing a lot of Ritchie early right now. Had that catch. Also had that run right there. So it'll be interesting to see. That's an interesting play call. I mean, you got 3rd and short right there. I thought they were going to pass it, but I guess they're going to go for the run right there. And it looks like they'll be punting now, like we talked about. Ryder Noche and Cree Thomas back there for the return.
There we go.
2nd punt. And this one will be very short. And it'll land at about the 32, it looks like. So pretty solid field position for this Brophy offense.
47-yard punt, now at the 33-yard.
Now, Paisley, talk to me about this. What's going through your head if you're the offense right now, especially if you're Vanden Bosch coming off that fumble? What are you looking to do right here to, try to regain some composure and take control again?
I think the games have started a little slower. I mean, compared to Brophy's past games, man, they come off the bat right away out the floodgates. So I'm thinking here, Case Vanden Bosch. I don't know. I think he's chucking it down a bit.
Yeah,
I think he's chucking it down.
I think obviously besides that first play where they had the touchdown, they've been moving the ball, but again that turnover right there is tough. And there's Case right there. I mean, that's the play call you'll get from the offensive coordinator. You got your quarterback who just made a mental error with the turnover, but you got to give it back to him right there and give him some confidence. Let him regain his confidence right there and get back on track. And even though it wasn't a big gain right there, just for him to get the ball back and reset, get back to Brophy football. And he'll give it off right here. Another short gain for this Brophy offense. That was Chambers on the run right there. About a gain of one, if that. So that'll bring up third and medium, third and long right here. It's interesting. I mean, especially with it being senior night tonight, I mean, you'd feel like there'd be more energy with this Broncos offense.
Yeah, well, it is a Thursday night. I mean, it may be a little different from their usual Friday schedule. But, the student section still showed out. We still see so many
tonight.
parents. Brophy always has such a great turnout. And,
I mean,
it's
talking about it,
yeah.
you got an NFL
Right
future
in
Hall
front
of
of us.
Famer Donovan McNabb in the crowd right now. So Vanden Bosch will take the snap here, try to make a play with his legs, and he'll get very close to that first down. We'll see where they spot him. It looks like he has just enough. I mean, you see no fear in Case Vanden Bosch. I mean, he has that early turnover, but he goes right back to running the football right there. And that's what you're going to need from your quarterback because as much as he does with his arms, he does even more with his legs. I mean,
Right. I'm impressed with his legs. And you know what? He's even giving me glimpses of ASU Sam Levitt right now.
Yeah.
I love to see it. I love quarterbacks who run.
Yeah.
As long as they stay uninjured,
Yeah. There's Chambers right there with the carry. And he'll get close to a first down again. One thing you'll see a lot in these Brophy games is the offensive line will just wear down that defensive line, and they'll get chunks of yards of time on the ground right there.
Yeah, and it's great to have an O-line you can trust, especially for Vanden Bosch.
The Broncos will go hurry up right there, and there's number one right there. That's Devin Fitzgerald, first catch on the day. Fitzgerald, you hear that last name, seems a little familiar. Obviously, he is the son of Larry Fitzgerald. Don't know if he's in the crowd tonight, but I would assume.
I had the honor of saying hello to him a few games ago during the Notre Dame Holy Bowl.
Okay.
I said, "Hi, Larry. I'm Paisley."
Yeah, I mean, that's obviously a great thing right there. But that'll lead us to the end of the first quarter right there. 7-0, the Broncos lead the Aztecs at the end of the quarter. We'll be right back with you here on the Varsity Sports Show in just a second. We are back here on the Varsity Sports Show, back with Brophy on offense right here. 2nd and 7 from the 44 of the Aztecs territory right here. Vanden Bosch, he'll take the snap right here. He'll give it to the running back. That's Chambers again. And whoa, that is a pretty violent tackle right there.
Number 6 on number 6.
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah, that's 6-on-6 violence right there. Chance die on the tackle right there. But, I mean,
like he almost picked him up.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a WWE sumo wrestling move right there. But talking about it, I mean, are you surprised by this the effort by this Corona de Sol defense? I mean, we talked about it earlier. They were coming in giving up 40 points a game. I mean, they're putting up quite the fight right now.
I'll hit you after this play.
Van den Bosch will roll out to his right, looking. He'll decide to use his feet like he always does. He'll get a good gain out of that right there. Looks for about 5.
And to be completely honest with you, I'm not surprised. I feel like when you're preparing for such a big game, Brophy is so dominant in the region this year. Yeah, you're gonna be making these big plays. The defense has to be on their
You
game,
have to
you
be
know?
dialed
They
in,
have
yeah.
to be. So, I think their coach, Barrow, had to mentally prepare them to play this dominant team.
So here we go. 3rd down and 3, it looks like here for these Broncos. A big play. It looks like they've had a solid drive so far, able to pick up big yards on the ground. So we'll see what they got right here. Van den Bosch will hand it off to Chambers. Big move right there. And an easy 1st down for these Broncos to move the stakes. What have you seen from the running game so far?
We're just seeing them go through it. I mean, this Aztecs defense, they're doing their best, but Brophy's just a little stronger.
And they'll go right back to the running game right here. Here's Chambers again. I mean, he reminds me of one of those little smaller backs. But I mean, he can put on moves and he can finish for sure.
And speaking of being stronger, I talked to Jason Jewell. He told me that over the summer they had the athletes in the weight room on this kind of new weight training program, and they've seen just great.
Yeah, you could see it paying dividends right now. I mean, they are moving people right now. So here we go. Van den Bosch. He'll take the direct snap and he'll look to run it himself. He tried to get to the corner right there, but he'll be tackled right there. That looks like that's number 6, Jance Dye, again on the tackle. But he'll get a gain of a couple right here. This is a big drop for Brophy. I mean, they had a chance to make it a 2-possession game earlier in the 1st quarter. Had the fumble, obviously. So they're looking to put up some points here. And if you're Corona del Sol, you got to at least hold them to a field goal to feel like you could still be in this game right here.
Very true. Very solid.
And there's another flag right there. We'll see what they call right here. See the Brophy players, they're pointing that it's on Corona. We'll see what the refs call. But like we talked about,
Another one.
that'll be on the defense again. That's a killer right there if you're Corona. I mean, you're already the underdog, undermanned here, going up against the number 4 team in the state. Can't have any self-inflicted wounds right there to, help out this Brophy offense that really doesn't even need any help on its
And
own.
correct me if I'm wrong, the first encroachment penalty was also on Corona as well?
No. That was on Brophy.
Okay.
That was on Brophy.
So 1-on-1 right now.
1-on-1. So here we go. Van den Bosch looking, trying to make a play. Oh, very scary throw right there. That was almost picked off by Corona del Sol.
Picked off almost from Dominic Ruiz.
That was number 1 Ruiz. So
Off the tips of his fingers there.
can't have that if you're Van den Bosch. You already have a turnover, almost the 2nd one right there. Ball security has to be a priority here. But he escapes. That's the most important part. He'll get away unscathed, nothing on the record books. So here we go, 2nd and 10. Van den Bosch looks like he'll hand it off. That's Chambers again.
Chambers.
Yeah, they're small, so they're
tiny but mighty.
Yeah, he's tiny, but he puts in a little pack a punch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, Dawi, I'm 5'2". I mean, he's obviously taller than me, but 5'2". I'm a smaller human. I mean, I'm impressed.
You know what they say? It's not about the size of the dog in the fight. It's about the fight in the dog.
Hey, it's the size of the heart, right?
Yeah, something like that. We were close.
As you're sitting here, like what, 6 foot? About 6 foot?
6 foot. I am 6 foot. I am 6 foot. I was maybe 6'1" on a good day. Also, my dog.
Some higher shoes.
Yeah, we got the flats on right now. These are my beaters on right now. No, I definitely passed the 6 foot mark. 100%. But here we go. 3rd and 8 here from the 15. Van den Bosch will take the snap, trying to get to the edge. Can he get it? Yes, he can, and he makes a move. And he puts it in for the touchdown. What a play. Number 15, Case Van den Bosch. Puts another 6 up on the board. And that'll give the Broncos the 13-2-0 lead. What a play. I mean, talk about that right there. I didn't think he was going to get to the corner right there, but he's able to hit the corner, make a move, make a defender miss, and shrunk his way into the
Yeah,
end zone.
he's pretty sneaky around those corners, and now he is at what 13 touchdowns for the season.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, you know, I got a little bit of, we could call him Vanilla Jackson, you know, shades of Lamar Jackson, obviously. But he showed it right there. He was looking like Lamar Jackson on that drive,
Wow.
making defenders look silly. And the PAT will be good right there. But what a get back drive for this Brophy offense after a tough turnover on their second drive of the game. They get a nice touchdown right there to put them up 2 scores right there. What did you see on that drive?
I saw Vanden Bosch he sees no one is open. He's got to do it himself, you know. Sometimes you just got to do it yourself.
Yeah.
You know.
Took it in.
But let's also talk about the Aztecs defense, like we said earlier. You know, they're working their hardest. So Vanden Bosch sees his moment. He sees a second. He's going for it.
Yeah, you do have to give it to him. I mean, they put him in a position right there where he really had no other option to use his legs right there. But it's been tough. I mean, they just haven't been able to finish. They've had this Brophy offense in third and longs, third and shorts, third downs, and they just haven't been able to get them off the field right here. And you see right there, I mean, if you can't get them off the field, the Broncos will make you pay and they'll score every time.
The Bronco way, I guess.
Yeah. So here we go. Brophy kicking it off. That's Ryder Hampton right here. Another squib kick. That's the third squib kick that we've seen so far. That'll be picked up. Looks like that's Jamar Patterson right there on the pickup right here. And here come out Corona. So they've had 3 drops so far. Resulted in 0 points. You got to get something right here because it seems like this Brophy offense has been rolling. What are you looking to see from this Corona del Sol Aztecs offense? I mean, it's been a tough start right here, but if you score right here, you still keep it a 1-score game.
Right. I want to see them be all out explosive. You know, they have nothing to hold back, nothing to lose against this Brophy team.
Yeah, you got to take your shots here, especially early in the game before this thing gets out of hand.
Yeah, do something maybe unexpected.
Yeah. So here we go. Farrell, he'll find his wide receiver right there. That's Jacob Holt right there, number 5. Sorry. That's number 5. That's the tight end right there. But that's another solid gain. That's basically an extension of the run play, the little quick wide receiver screens. Not a lot of, room for error right there, But here we go. 2nd and 8. Ticking down to about 8 minutes here in the second quarter. Farrell, he'll take the snap. He has a wide receiver one-on-one. He'll decide to throw it. Can he get to him? And no, he cannot. I was Ryder Noche on the coverage right there. It looks like he was targeting Dominic Ruiz. But, I mean, like we said, this Brophy secondary, man, they are hard to crack.
And, man, I'd be a little worried about those overthrows.
Yeah.
Brophy is quick. They're keeping up with those Aztecs receivers. I mean, I'd be a little worried about an interception.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, every time they've been stuck to him like white on rice, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No room for separation at all.
I have another, what was that called? What did you say? What on ice?
No, white on rice.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
I have another saying I want to say.
Okay.
Thinking of it.
Okay, we can get it. You gotta find the moment.
Shit.
And there's an overthrow right there by Farrell. That's a tough one. You've seen him overthrow it a lot so far. He's got to get his accuracy down because that's tough right there. And that's another 3 and out here for this Corona del Sol offense.
You know, I can see what they're trying to do there, because those shorter plays aren't really going to work because Brophy's defense is so strong. So I see what he's trying to do, but the accuracy does need to be on point for that to work. Yeah,
they're giving the quarterback the opportunities. He just has to take them right there. Had the overthrow on the deep ball twice to Ruiz so far this game. Overthrew Helt right there, so it's going to be tough. We've been talking about him all night. Ryder Noche, Cree Thomas back to return. We'll see if they can do any damage right here. Thomas, he'll take the ball. Look to find a hole, try to make a move, and he's met by about 3 Aztecs right there. But still a solid gain. bring it up to about the 50. So here we go. A chance for these Broncos to blow the game wide open right here. 7:41 left. They got the ball already. This is the best field position all day so far. Already starting inside of Corona's 50. So we'll see. I mean, Vandenbosch, he had a big redemption drive on the last drive. Made multiple plays with his legs to get the touchdown, especially after the early turnover right here. So we'll see what he has in store. He'll line up in the shotgun. Number 6 Chambers right next to him, and then he'll have a 3-by-1 formation with his wide receivers. But they'll give it to Chambers, and what a hole right there. That's a crater right there. You could drive a Mack truck through that hole.
Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky.
So here we go. That's easy. That's easy work right there. I mean, when you have an offensive line of this caliber, I mean, multiple D1 recruits, I mean, those are the types of holes you expect right there, especially with the running backs such as Chambers, like we talked about, Estrada, have a lot of talent all over this Brophy offense. Vandenbosch, he'll look right there, and he'll have his wide receiver. That's number 13, CC, Christian Camarada. Second catch on the night so far. Get a gain of about a couple right there. So you like to see it. They're mixing it up. They're keeping Corona del Sol, off balance so far. They've been pretty run heavy, but they've mixed in the pass a couple times.
Yeah, I like when the pass is mixed up. I like to see everyone sharing. I know, sharing is caring. I know. You're like, come on, you got to. I feel like it's harder when there's only one main target as well.
Vandenbosch, he'll look to take a deep ball. Has a wide receiver, and there's a flag. Look at that Noche right there. Had his man beat. And when you're a defender right there, you can't give up the touchdown, so you got to get that flag right there. It's definitely pass interference. That'll bring him up a good amount right there. But you see it already. Vandenbosch, he can do it with his legs, but he can also do it with his arms as well. He's a threat both ways.
Threat both ways, most definitely. Vandenbosch, I believe he had a father in the NFL as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of NFL, royalty on this. You got Fitzgerald, like we say. Vandenbosch also played. Their father played in the NFL, and then obviously you haven't seen him out here so far, but Donovan McNabb Jr. Oh, he is out here, number 85 right there. He also is the son of an NFL quarterback. Vandenbosch will look right here. He has a man, but it looks like that's out of bounds right there.
Yeah.
It is caught, but
incomplete.
It was out of bounds right there. That was to the running back. Wow. All the way out there, Estrada just got to keep her feet in bounds right there. So you've seen it a little bit more on this drive, but Vandenbosch, he's definitely using his arm, trying to get those big shots here. Have you been impressed by his throwing so far?
I have been impressed with his throwing, excuse me. I think
Vandenbosch looking to make a move. Finds his wide receiver, and he is smacked right there.
Good play. Good defense again on those.
Looks like that was number 20, Ty Seaver, right there.
I am impressed with them. I'm pretty much always impressed with this Brophy team. I think maybe because it is Thursday and we have to remember these guys are still in school, still teenagers, still doing the teenage grind, high school grind, that, maybe they're just coming out of the gates a little slower, but obviously the score, 14-0.
Well, I mean, you got
nothing to worry about.
They got school at 8 a.m. I mean, it's tough. It's going to be a long day for them.
They might have mass. They might have mass on Fridays. And about 6 minutes and around 10 seconds left to go in the second quarter.
So here we go. Vandenbosch. He'll find his wide receiver. That's Sharper right there. He'll make a move. Bounce to the outside. And he'll get the first down right there. He'll be brought down. That looks like that's Ruiz again right there. But a very good play right there to convert the first down right there. So it'll be first and goal now, it looks like, for these Broncos. We'll see where they spot it right here, but he was very close.
Man, I feel like we were just here.
Yeah.
Just in this position.
Yeah.
Here they go again. They go on the roll. They don't
get down the field quick. And it looks like he's going to be just short here. So it'll be a 4th and 1 from the 12. But I mean, you got to think right here. You got the 6'2 QB. He's been making plays on his feet all day.
Here he goes.
And they'll
again.
try to make another one right here. Pick it up easily. I mean, 6'2", 195. It's pretty easy to just put it in the hands of your quarterback.
Yeah, he moved the pile there. He was moving the pile.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, and it looks like there will be someone injured right here. 45 left here in the second quarter. 14-0 to the Broncos lead. But let's talk about it. Senior night. We saw the celebration earlier. Do you have any, think back to your time as a senior, especially in high school?
Yeah.
What was the joy, of being just in high school, especially as a senior? You're the top dog now.
Man, it's kind of funny. I remember being back in senior year. Life was so much easier. Do you remember that?
No, I mean it's been a while. It's 4 years. We're seniors now in high school, so.
I remember how easy life was, but at the time, obviously, it felt hard. You're like, oh, I can't wait to get to college, whatever, and you don't even realize like how special actually being in high school is. And now that me and you are seniors at ASU, people could probably say the same thing to us, but for me, the feeling of being a senior at ASU is hitting a little deeper than being a senior in high school.
Yeah, I'll definitely say. I mean, going back to my time in high school too. I mean, just being a senior, being with my guys, it was the last ride for all of us. I mean, I feel like, especially that year, we got even closer knowing, we were all going to head our different ways, especially at the end of the year. But, I mean, I know a lot of these guys feel it as well. They have multiple seniors. I think they have over half of their players are seniors.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting to see. But, I mean,
and
you got to stay in the moment.
And they are seniors, and like, what can that say about the leadership of the team? Being just a year older sometimes, or 2 years older than a sophomore. I mean, that's a lot of time,
And that's a lot of football played as well.
Exactly.
I mean, that's a lot of. You see it already tonight. I mean, even with the turnover, none of these guys got discouraged. They didn't panic. They just got back to their.
They're calm.
Yeah.
It must be some Jason Jewell instills, or the rest of the coaching staff. I know Coach Scott, the defensive coordinator, he doesn't let them mess around. They do something wrong, they don't get on the man they're supposed to be on. He's yelling right in your face. Fingers in your face. You got to be on your stuff here.
Yeah, I mean, I talked to Jason Jewell last week. I helped, host the Varsity Saturday radio show. But, talking with him, he showed the most confidence in his team that I've heard all season. I mean, he's talked to them, talked about how the defense and offensive line have gotten to work. He's talked about how they still have to stay locked in, even if they're 6-1. That's what you like to see with the football team as well. Whether it's a 1-6 team or whether they're, playing the top team in the state, you got to approach it the same way. You got to have the same amount of intensity. You got to bring the energy, and you got to stay focused.
And that's what these guys are doing. And I also got to say, being from here, going to high school here.
Oh, you went to high school?
I went to high school in Arizona.
Oh, I thought you meant at Brophy.
Not at Brophy. Brophy is an all-boys school, but Xavier, they're
affiliate?
Ish, in a way. No, but yes, it's kind of their sister school.
Yeah.
I had an opportunity to go there, but I ended up at Sunny Slope, which is right down the road. It's like these guys were taking a knee here, but we shy away from the injuries usually.
Yeah, but I mean, talking about it,
it's a special community, Phoenix.
Yeah. I mean, you see it here tonight. I mean, the stands are packed. I mean, they're showing a lot of camaraderie right here. I mean, you see it right here. A lot of people care about Brophy football.
Oh yeah.
And they've been showing it. I mean, Arizona football is it's underrated, I'd say.
I would say so as well.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people Arizona doesn't get the national attention that California or Texas.
Maybe someday, man.
Florida. Yeah, but they've definitely made huge strides.
Definitely. I know it's not Texas football, but hey, we got Friday Night Fever.
Yeah.
Here in Arizona.
Well, Thursday Night Fever tonight.
Thursday night, yeah,
Thursday
right?
Night Fever.
Even sometimes Saturday, I had the opportunity to go to Cactus Shadows on a Saturday, which was up in Scottsdale.
Mm-hmm.
Big plays there if you ever get a chance to go there. Great team, Devin Dixon, Coach Dixon. Maybe he'll get a game move next. Great game.
Yeah,
Talk about run game. That team went crazy.
Nah, I think last week, where was I? I was at Mountain View last week, and their running back, he broke the.
Oh, Mountain View. I've been there. Yeah. Which running back?
I forgot his name. It's off the top. I'm
Hey,
focusing on
there's
Brophy right now.
so many high schools us varsity interns got to go to, and
Yeah.
so many names and new faces. To be perfectly honest,
Well, talk about that as well. How's your experience been with varsity sports?
I've had a huge learning experience with varsity
Yeah.
sports. I think I've gotten better at speaking. If you put me in the headset like a month ago, a month and a half ago,
Yeah.
I don't think I would have been able to even do this just in a month and a half. I feel like I've become a better communicator. I've grown with speaking, my comfortability on the field, my comfortability talking to coaches, and
Yeah.
I really liked it. It's been a grind.
Yeah.
And that's
it
what
has
Vince
been a
tells us. It's a grind.
Yeah, it is a grind.
But it's a grind that I'm glad I signed up for because the real world is a grind, so might as well experience it now.
Yeah. I mean,
Real world is more of a grind.
Yeah, I don't, as a senior in college right now, that's the last thing I want to think about right now. But
yeah, we're going to McDonald's after this.
Yeah. But talking about it, I mean, yeah, I think this varsity sports internship, it's been a great opportunity, especially for me. I mean, this is my first time calling. I mean, going back a month, that was my first time calling a sports game, and since I was about a senior in high school.
Oh, so you haven't called anything in about a month?
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
wow.
well, no. I'm saying when I first started this internship, it was
Oh,
the first
okay,
time I
okay.
had,
Right.
I had called a game since I was a junior, senior in high school. So, just to have the opportunity, like you
Yeah.
said, I mean, I've gotten pretty comfortable now on the mic. You've heard me.
Yeah,
You've
no,
heard a
you
couple
sound
games.
great. I'm glad to be here with you.
I
This is
appreciate
great.
it.
We can
That's
chat. It always helps, and this is for anyone listening or anyone wanting to be an intern. Like, it always helps when you kind of build a connection with the person on a more human level
Yeah.
before you get on the mic and start talking ball.
Yeah.
And I didn't play high school football. Obviously, I am a woman. I played volleyball. I ran track. I know some ball though, but it's cool because
Maybe you could lay down the boomstick.
I could do it. You know what? I played the boomstick. I played slot receiver for our girls powder puff team in high school.
Okay.
So I got some wheels on me.
Okay. We'll have to test that out one day. We'll see.
But yeah, it's cool. I like learning. I've been learning. I've just learned from you this game. I've been learning from all my other
Well, yeah, I mean,
peers in
it
varsity.
helps
Yeah.
give you, if this is the industry we want to go into, this is the type of experience that we need on the mic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and even doing the radio show with Vince. If you're listening, hey Vince. I was so nervous my first time on the varsity radio show. I was sweating. I told Dawit like I was literally sweating, so scared, but it was a good experience. All right, let's get back to the game.
So here we go, back to football after the injury. And they'll hand it off, get to work right away. And what a start after the injury. Number 5, Carlos Estrada will strut his way into the end zone for another Brophy touchdown, putting them up 20-0 here in the first half. I mean, talk about a firework right after what happened.
Really was a strut. I like that adjective you used. He strut.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, stride. A stride strut.
I mean, when you got that much space right there, you might as well do a little strut. You know
Well,
what I'm
I
saying?
know.
So here we go. Ryder Hampton, perfect all season. He remains perfect right there. So 21-0. Wow. I mean, that escalated very quickly. I mean, start of the second quarter, it was 7-0.
Right.
So I mean,
And
wow.
that's Brophy moves.
Yeah, they
Brophy
struck quick
moves.
right there.
But I think that's a good in any sport. It's a good like mental thing to have is to keep going while the opponent's not looking.
Well, you got to realize too. I mean, you got to create healthy habits because the habits that you create now, that's what's going to affect you down the time when it's playoffs or even the championship. Hopefully, if Brophy can get to there.
Yeah.
But
and Brophy's gonna face teams that are so incredibly easy for them, and they're gonna face teams that were hard for them, like Basha. So you need to play against the teams that maybe aren't as great as you. You need to play as hard as you would to them, like you would play against Basha or any higher up team in the 6A region.
I mean, they're showing it right now, putting a beat down right now on the Aztecs, 21-0. And there's a squib kick right there, and just another tough play for these Aztecs. That was number 5. It looked like Helt right there, and he'll go down at about the 25. It looks like. So 21-0 here. 5 minutes left in this first half. And if you're the Corona del Sol Aztecs right here, you got to get some type of momentum on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, your defense has definitely been fighting. They've been trying to put up a fight, trying to, bend not break, but it's going to be tough if you can't put up any points so far. I mean, you got to get some type of consistency going here on the offensive end. Try to cut into this lead going into the half.
Something on the board for those Aztecs, I think, would be good.
So Farrell, he'll try to get out, but he is met right there by a convoy of defenders. And it looks like that was number 4, Colin Aramian, right there on the tackle and the sack right there. Great job by him. That looks like that'll be his first sack of the whole season right there. I mean, he's second in tackles on the season so far, 33 total, 1.5 tackles for losses right there. But that's his first sack. So congratulations to you, Colin. Way to get out there.
Congratulations.
So here we go. Second and 19 now. Eric backed up a country mile. What can the Aztecs do? You got to get some good protection here first. Farrell, he'll step back, try to find his wide receiver. They'll find him right in the hole right there. That looks like that was Ruiz right there. Top target for this Aztecs offense.
Great protection from that O-line, and I think
that's a nice little gain right there. Get to cut it. Like we said, you got to stay ahead of the chains. Keep it 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. Something to where, you can get a short pass, a quick pass to potentially get the first down. But here we go. 3rd and 4 from the 32. You got to have a play right here if you're Corona. Farrell will check with the sideline, make sure he's got the call right. He'll be in the shotgun. A lot of pressure Brophy's showing, but such an interesting play call. I mean, that's the 3rd time I think we've seen it right there. The Aztecs have ran it on 3rd down, and they have not got it.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think now. I mean,
yeah,
you got to go for it here. It's going to be interesting to see, but 21-0, you're not going to have a lot of opportunities to come back if you don't get it right here.
Brophy just seems to trap him up in that center. He just
they're just suffocating.
Can't get further than suffocating. Good word.
Yeah. I got good vocab.
Yeah, you do. I'm trying.
I do my little hurdles here and there.
Yeah.
So here we go. Interesting decision. What would you do right here? I mean, you're Corona del Sol. You're down 3 scores. Do you punt it and try to play the field position game, or do you go all in right here and try to go on this 4th down?
I think I'm gonna go all in. What's there to lose? Well, I mean, there's a game to lose.
Yeah, there is a game. I mean, but you're already down 3 scores, as the Aztecs call it, timeout. But you're already down 3 scores. I mean, you don't have a lot going for you, especially on the offensive end. I mean, and your defense has been out on the field for the majority, especially of the 2nd quarter.
I say go for it. Get some more reps in.
You got to try something right here.
Yeah, because.
And I think that's the decision the coach is gonna make. We'll see. I mean, when he comes out of the timeout right here, but you got to get it to. I mean, Ruiz has been able to get open pretty consistently.
Right.
You got a number of playmakers. Helt obviously has gotten some targets as well. So
yeah. Ruiz is definitely that number 1.
Yeah, I mean, this is all in the hands of Luke Farrell right here. But nope, they decide to punt it here.
Oh, they are.
That's an interesting play call, especially you got to look at it now. 3rd and 4, you've already been stopped. You haven't really gotten your running game going. Why run it again right there? You could have taken a shot for the first down, but nope. There we'll be punting it back. It'll be Creed Thomas here on the return again.
Oof.
3rd punt return of the half. Can he make something out of this? And he will be walloped right there at the 47. Tough yards right there.
You remember in middle school when juking out was a huge thing?
Huh?
Remember in middle school when juking out was a huge thing?
Yeah.
You'd run up to your buddy and you'd be like, "Oh, put him on skates."
I still be doing that sometimes. No, I'm not gonna.
Creed Thomas, I would hate to be. He puts people on skates. I feel like I'd hate to be defending him.
Yeah, he'd be taking people's ankles for sure.
He would be.
So here we go. 1st and 10 from the 47. 2:55 left here. And wow, it looks like we'll have a quarterback change. That's number 2, Rylan Humphrey right there. Humphrey. Oh. So Humphreys, like we talked about, he had the starting job. Obviously, it was still a little bit of a shared committee. Him and Vanden Bosch would switch in and out. But he had the starting job to start off the season. Obviously, got hurt. Brought in Case Vanden Bosch. Sorry about that. Who took over the duties, but he'll be in right now. And Humphrey, I mean, he's still had some solid stats on the season, coming
Yeah.
in 55 of 76,
Yeah.
72.4 on his passes, 552 yards through the air, averaging about 1.5 TDs per game, 7 TDs on the year. So he can definitely do some damage, and he can run it with his legs as well. But he'll hand it off right here to Chambers, and that's easy right there.
And you know,
Get a good chunk of that yardage back.
and we got to remember, Rylan Humphrey is a junior. So, Brophy has him for next year. They want to get Vanden Bosch probably the most touches, most time. It's playing, for college
Yeah.
ball.
But I mean, Humphrey, he was playing at a high level before
Oh,
he
yeah.
got hurt. So I mean, you definitely want to get him back and comfortable. You don't want to just keep him out on the sideline,
Yeah.
especially with the 21-0 lead. Trick play
Trick
right here.
play.
That'll be to McNabb. Kenny McNabb. He's down to the 20, to the 10, and he'll be dragged down inside the 10 right there. What a trick play and what a call right there for number 85, Donovan McNabb Jr. right there. And you can see his pops is proud right here. He's high fiving people, happy. I mean, that's what you want to see, especially that's how I'm gonna be if I have a son who's playing high school football right there.
Yeah, must be a great
Clapping
feeling
and
for
everything
Humphrey
right
too.
there. Got to, but what a big play right there for him. Obviously, he's coming in. He's one of the younger people on the team. He's a junior, sophomore. Sorry, sophomore wide receiver. Humphreys.
Oh.
He'll take the pass, and that'll be deflected into the air right there. But like we're saying, they got a lot of talent, young, and you also have some veterans presence. But for someone like McNabb Jr., just to get some touches here as a sophomore, that's going to pay dividends for him later down the line. But he's getting to learn with some really veteran players on this Brophy football team. And you can see, I mean, he's got some electricity right there.
Yeah.
So
Lots
here
for
we
Pops, possibly.
Yeah. I don't know if Pops could run as fast as him. He was more of a heavy set quarterback.
Yeah.
He still brought some electricity with the arm.
Athletic in
Junior,
general.
Yeah, he's showing some athleticism on that last play. Humphreys, he'll roll out to his right. He has a man, sidestep someone, okay.
Oh.
And he'll get inside the 5 right there. But you see, both of these QBs, they're dual threat. They can make players miss, and yeah, I mean that's a great little
say,
kick
I
right
like
there.
Humphrey's little run there. It kind of gave me some college football player type of flashbacks, and I'm saying flashbacks just from the weekend, because as you were telling me, all we do on Saturday is sit on our behinds and watch football.
Yeah. So here we go. 1st and 10 here.
Oh. I know.
But yeah, I mean, you're gonna see a lot of these players. They will be playing on Saturdays.
Yeah. Yeah.
They will be playing on Saturdays. You gotta.
Exciting to see.
I mean, you're the number 4 team in the nation. I mean, not in the nation, in Arizona. But you're gonna have some people here on Saturdays, and yeah, Rylan Humphrey, he might be one of those people. I mean, he does have some interest, especially from some Ivy League schools. But it's gonna be interesting
in a year. What do you think his progress will look like in a year?
Well, it's gonna be interesting to see because, like we talked about, they've been splitting QB duties. Obviously, Vanden Bosch, he's definitely come on more recently, and he's gotten more opportunity. But I think Rylan Humphrey, I mean, if he can get some playing time, he'll definitely show what he can do. He's done a lot through the air. I mean, especially in those first couple of games, putting up some big points. But I think the one thing that you want to see from him is just keep having consistent right decisions that he makes. And we'll see it right here. 3rd and 3, a minute left here in this first half. And Humphreys is able to drive him off sides right there. And that'll look like that'll bring the ball within, looks like about 1.5 yards. And it'll be 3rd and goal. So great job right there. I mean, when you're a QB, you always want to pick up some easy yards right there, and he was able to draw the defense off sides.
great things we've seen from him so far coming into the game.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Yeah. So here we go. 3rd and 2 from the 2. 1 minute left. Humphreys in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers to his left. Running back right next to him. That's where he'll go with the ball. Harrison Chambers up the middle. And an easy touchdown
Oh.
for the Broncos right there. And they just keep on pounding right now. 27-0 for these Broncos over Corona del Sol.
I just want to say, did you see that hug between Chambers and number 66?
I mean, you got to talk about it. You see the
Isaiah
camar-
Lill.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah, I mean, you see the
That was
camaraderie right there. I mean,
absolutely just, it was, pardon
power of
my, I
friendship.
know we're in football. It was cute.
Yeah, the power of friendship.
I love that.
So here we go. A little bit of a shaky extra point right there, but it'll still go through, and Hampton keeps his perfect PAT record. So here we go. I mean,
Yeah.
it's gotten pretty out of hand here for the Aztecs in the second quarter. What do you think has been the biggest thing that has kind of led for this lead to grow up so big?
Yeah. Brophy's had some decent field positions. We just see Chambers, number 6, just running in there. He's sneaky. He's quick. He's smaller, but he just slides right into that red zone. I mean, I can't even follow him sometimes. Then we have Humphreys coming in for Vanden Bosch, and and to see a second string, as you would say, or a 50-50 quarterback sharing, to see them both being successful, great for Brophy.
I mean, you got an embarrassment of riches if you're Jason Jewell.
Yeah,
You know?
Jewel. Right.
But here we go. Another squib kick. We've seen that a lot so far, and this time it'll bring out the Aztecs to about the 35, it looks like. But going back to that, I mean, I think the biggest factor so far has just been how this Corona del Sol offense has struggled.
They are struggling.
They haven't gotten any momentum. I don't think they've even gotten into Brophy territory so far. So
yeah, I don't think so. And it makes me wonder. Well, what I wanted to ask you is, what can they do? What are they gonna do? I mean,
well, I think the first thing is you gotta have better decision making on 3rd down if you're the coach. I mean, you gotta.
fair.
They haven't been able to run the ball, so when it's a 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, it's gonna be tough to pick up 5 yards on the ground. Farrell will take a shot right there. That looks like that was number 0, James Pike. But wow, he took a shot.
Yeah.
James Pike shot out of a cannon right there.
Yeah.
So 58 seconds left. You got to get some type of points up here if you're Corona. It's going to be obvious passing situations right here. So Brophy's defense is going to be looking to get some type of sack. They're probably going to bring some pressure. So you got to be ready for that. And as I say that, they got about 6 people lined up, and they blitz all of them. And intercepted right there. Intercepted. Looks like that was number 90, Caden McKenzie right there. What a play by this Brophy defense. And wow, you saw the pressure really get to him. Farrell had nowhere to throw. And threw it right to the defense.
They really are struggling there. Brophy intercepts it. Man, look at this Brophy sideline. They are so excited. They're slapping him on the helmet.
And you see it right there. They brought out the little gauntlet right there, the little infinity gauntlet.
Yeah, say that again.
The infinity gauntlet. They brought the little turnover gauntlet.
Excited on the sideline, on the track for Brophy. Rylan Humphreys chucking it back. Wow.
Sharper, what a play, blowing this wide open.
And there we go. Score now,
And
34
wow.
Broncos, 0 Aztecs.
Talk about it. 34-0 here. It was 7-0 in the second quarter, the start of the second quarter.
Yeah. Well, to be frank, I'm not shocked by this Brophy team at all. Humphreys, man, incredible throw back there.
And Hampton right there, he'll go straight through the uprights. 35-0. It's been a tough night for Corona del Sol so far. Obviously, yeah, the injured player, you know, prayers up to him. Hopefully, he's doing all right. But
Interesting play calls on the third down.
it's
Maybe just not enough targets to throw to. I mean, Brophy just seems to be covering them all.
well, I mean, it's showing why Brophy's 6-1 and Corona del Sol is 1-6. It's been tough sledding so far.
I
But
believe Corona's only loss was to, or I'm sorry, Corona's only win
To
was to
Saguaro.
Saguaro.
Yeah.
Which shout out Saguaro, actually. They won their first game against Chaparral last Friday.
Yeah, I was able to interview the coach and
Oh, you got to speak to Coach Kelly.
yeah, he was so happy.
He's awesome.
He was talking about that.
Yeah.
But if you're Corona del Sol's head coach right here, you can't be too happy. It's been a tough game. So they'll bring it out here, and you gotta wonder. I mean, enough damage has been done. Do they take it? Do they just take a knee right here, or do they try to go and get some points again? I mean, the last time, I mean, they came on the field with less than a minute, tried to get something going, and it ended up hurting them more than it helped them, honestly. But we'll see right here. So 40 seconds left here. 35 is the old Broncos lead. It's going to be interesting. In the shotgun. He'll take the snap, and he has a free rusher right there. That was number 20, Creed Thomas, with a huge sack. And Farrell has just been annihilated all night by this Brophy defense. Pressure on pressure on pressure on pressure. It has been tough sledding out here for this quarterback. So 2nd and 20 here, and it looks like if I'm Corona, I'm just running the rest of this quarter out, going to half and resetting right here. So the clock will tick down under 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that'll lead us to the end of the first half, where your Brophy Broncos lead 35-0 on the Corona del Sol Aztecs right here. We'll be back with you in just a second on the Varsity Sports Show. Like again, we are bearing with some technical difficulties right now, so we are doing an audio check. Just please bear with us for 1 second. Check, check, check. 1, 2. 1, 2. Check, check, check.
Check, check 1 2 1 2. Just trying to make sure we have some good audio for you listeners.
All right. Thank you guys for bearing with us. We have fixed all of these audio issues, so we'll be right back with you right here on the Varsity Sports Show. And we are back here on the Varsity Sports Show here at Central High School, home to the Brophy Broncos on a great senior night here. I am Dawi Gebremariam, your play-by-play analyst, here with Miss
And
for the Broncos here. I mean, it's been a quite a turnaround from that first quarter, especially in the second quarter, putting up 28 points and, really opening this game up. What did you see there in the second quarter, especially from this Brophy offense to really put up points on the board and expand this lead?
right, it was a little slow. on the board for the Brophy Broncos. And Ryan Humphrey goes in, doing just as great. We see number 6,
Harrison Chambers.
Harrison Chambers, also putting his work in, catching Humphreys.
Yeah, I mean, also I think one thing that you have to bring up is the dominance of both the defensive and offensive line. Looking at the defense, they've had multiple sacks already. You also saw an interior D lineman get a huge pick at the end of the half, which obviously set up Brophy for even more touchdowns right there. Number 90, Caden McKenzie. But also, looking back at this offensive line, I mean, they've put a great beatdown on the Corona del Sol defensive line. I mean, you've seen many times Harrison Chambers, Carlos Estrada, even the quarterbacks, Humphreys or Vanden Bosch, they've all had huge lanes to run through and get huge first downs and touchdowns, helping them to expand this lead. Now, looking into the second half, I mean, what does Corona del Sol have to do to stay competitive in this game, or even regroup and have a better second half than they did the first half?
Hopefully they've regrouped. Hopefully they are just ready to fight against Brophy. The score is 35-0 here at Rayling Field. Still in the last few minutes of halftime here, and they need to come back and just do their best, play their game, and I think it's going to be a great night here at Rayling.
Yeah,
Brophy
yeah. Senior night. Yeah, I think we also have to talk about. I think one thing that'll help is the quarterback needs to be more accurate with his passes on Corona's offense. I mean, Farrell, he's had times where he's had his wide receivers open and he's just overshot them. Whether that was number 5, the tight end Jackson Helt, or Jacob Helt, sorry, or whether that was Dominic Ruiz. I mean, they've had opportunities to have these big explosive plays, but it's just been an inch or two off to where the receiver's not able to field the ball or it's broken up by the defender. They've got to get some of those big explosive plays completed so that they have, you know, maybe not even a chance to come back in this game, but just some momentum going down into the next game.
Yeah, and Brophy puts on the pressure. I mean, Aztecs QB may be overthrowing these balls, but it's so hard with Brophy's defense putting so much pressure on Corona's offense. And plus, they're great runners. They keep up with these Aztec receivers, and for them to catch the ball and make an interception off Corona, it's scary for him. So
Yeah, so now looking
overall,
for this the second half for Brophy, I think the biggest thing for them is to just keep the same intensity that they had in that first half. I mean, you look at this game now, it's probably gonna end in Brophy's favor with a W. But I mean, Brophy's goals are bigger than just this game. They want to get in that open division playoffs. They have ambition for a championship. I mean, they have the players. You know, like we said, a lot of seniority on this team, a lot of playmakers. But it also starts with finishing out this game right and finishing it with a certain intensity because, like we said, building those habits will help you down the line later to where when you're in a championship game, you don't have to flip the switch. The switch is already on.
right.
But
These Broncos, they have that mentality. They're ready to go. They're in their huddle. Around 15, 16, 15 seconds left.
yeah, it's gonna be an exciting second half. Obviously, the score is a little out of hand right now, 35-0. But just to see what type of grit this Corona team has, and then for for Brophy, can you keep doing the little things correctly? Because the little things they ultimately add up to the big things.
Yeah,
So I think that's one of the things that Coach Jason Jewell will be harping on
yeah.
for this second half.
And
And as I
excited to be back here, Dawit, with you for the second half. Ready for some great plays we can hear you call, and ready for some great analysis from me. It is Black in the sky here. Sun goes down. Winter is approaching in Arizona, or an Arizona winter fall, and it is dark outside. Stadium lights on. Thursday night, Brophy football here on their senior night.
The
And
kicker, Zambranovich for Corona, will kick it off to Ryder Noche. And it looks like that's Cree Thomas back there as well. And we are off with the second half. So after an explosive first half for Brophy, they'll head out now to get it started. It'll be interesting. Do they get Vanden Bosch back out there, or do they let Rylan Humphrey go and get his feet wet a little bit? It looks like Rylan is in the huddle right now. It'll be interesting to see.
yeah, and for Case
And no,
Vanden
it looks like
Bosch.
Vanden Bosch will be right back out there.
Yeah, and if you didn't know, Case Vanden Bosch and Dominic Woods, they were named the medallion recipients candidates for Arizona's top high school football player. The Arizona Sports and Entertainment Commission recognized them for Week 8 from their Week 7 action.
Vanden Bosch, he'll take the snap here. He'll fake the handoff, play action, and he'll find his man. That's number 13, Christian Camerata. And he'll get about 15 to 20 yards right there. A big gain.
Christian Camerata.
Looks like there is a penalty, though. Personal foul, blindside block for the offense. That will back them up.
From the spot of the foul will result in replay first down.
Yeah, Christian Camerata. He participated in a teen suicide campaign. Brophy football players, they were selected to participate in it for Teen Suicide Prevention Awareness campaign this September.
It's great to hear.
Yeah, they want to share help and hope and to reduce the number.
So Vanden Bosch, he'll be in the shotgun here. 2 wide receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Running back in the backfield. He'll drop back. He has a wide receiver. He's looking for Devin Fitzgerald, but he'll overshoot him right there. Great coverage on the play by number 1 Dominic Ruiz for Corona del Sol.
Yeah, Dominic Ruiz, we've seen him all night. Great coverage, and he is Farrell's number 1 target tonight, and we can see why.
Yeah, he had a chance for an interception earlier in the game, if you remember, in the back of the end zone. Wasn't able to come up with it, but a great play right there. 2nd and 15 here for Brophy. Vanden Bosch, he'll hand it off to the running back Chambers, and he'll be decked in the backfield. No gain.
That's right, and once again, Brophy is 6-1. Only loss was to Basha, and that score was again very close, only 32 to 35. That just shows, even with Brophy's 1 loss on their season, how close that score was.
So 3rd and 17 here for Brophy. Vanden Bosch, he'll take the snap, step up in the pocket, and he'll be sacked right there. Did the ball come out? Yes, it did, but it is recovered by Brophy. A strong start, though, for Corona del Sol's defense right there.
Yeah, they seem to be very energetic, and maybe this will be a momentum shift for them, as they do not have anything on the board. And with 8 minutes and around 55 seconds in this third quarter, again here at Railing Field, belonging to Central High School.
So it'll be 4th and 22 here as the Broncos will punt it out of their own end zone. Ryder Hampton is the punter. Dominic Ruiz back at about the 45 here to return it. And nearly blocked right there. Ruiz fumbles the ball, but he'll recover, tries to make a move, and he'll be decked at about the 42, it looks like.
And Dominic Ruiz, we haven't seen him drop a ball yet tonight, I believe, and 596 yards on the season and 7 touchdowns. Definitely one of the Aztecs' #1 scorers.
Yeah, and that you got to get him involved here, especially in the second half. I mean, he can make plays out of nothing. So it's going to be interesting to see what this Corona del Sol offense does. So 1st and 10 here. First time in opponent's territory for Corona del Sol. Farrell, he'll take the drop back, and he'll scramble out to his right, still trying to find someone, and he'll decide to use his legs, pick up a couple, and he'll head out of bounds.
Right, and the head coach of those Corona Aztecs is Jake Barrow, and he has a lot of faith in his team. And with Corona, last year, they possessed one of the state's premier pass catching groups in 2023, and he's confident they can do even more this year.
2nd and 8 here from the 40. Farrell in the shotgun, 2 wide receivers to his left. He'll fake the handoff, go play action here. Try to find his man. That's incomplete right there. Pressure right there by this Brophy D-line. It's been there all night.
Right. That D-line pressure, that's one thing. You know, speaking of pressure, Jason Jewell, he knows how to coach his guys to create pressure. And that's an important thing for football, for Brophy football, is I think their pressure. That's why I think a lot of teams struggle against them, especially these Aztecs, as they are fighting, doing their best. They are struggling a bit tonight on offense, and that's okay because we still have 6 minutes left in the third quarter and a whole nother fourth quarter to go.
So 3rd and 8 here for Corona. Farrell will take the drop back. He has a wide receiver. Can he get it? And that is broken up right there. Great coverage on the play. That looks like that was number 9, Ryder Noche. Targeted Dominic Ruiz right there, but that is incomplete.
Number 9, Ryder Noche. Making plays tonight. Getting a little chillier here in Phoenix as Arizona's fall-winter comes.
So it looks like Corona del Sol will go for it here. Farrell has no time at all as his Brophy defensive line smothers him again. That'll be a turnover on downs right there. Just like the first half where they had a turnover on downs on their first drive, they'll start the second half with another turnover on downs.
But no fret, Brophy knows how to handle this. They know what they're doing. They can put their minds to it and get the ball back, do their thing.
So here we go. This Brophy offense, they punted on their first drive of the game, but they'll head out there of the second half. Sorry about that, not the game. But they'll go out there again looking to score this time. Case Vandenbosch still in the game. 3 wide receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Christian Camarado will motion in. Vandenbosch will roll out to his right, try to have the quarterback keeper right there, and he'll pick up nothing right there.
Keith Vandenbosch with the keeper, tackled by Owen Dean.
Case Vandenbosch, we see him back in after this half. If you missed it or just did not see it, we had Rylan Humphrey, who was playing QB before the half, threw a touchdown. Great to see both quarterbacks both putting in the work.
Vandenbosch will take the snap, navigates, has a wide receiver. That's Benzie. Can he hit him? Yes, he can. Down the sideline for the touchdown. Nathan Benzie. What a play. What a throw. Touchdown Broncos. 41-0 here.
Yep, and we have seen this quite a few times with Brophy holding their opponents to none. They're just strong pressure on both sides. We see celebrations from the sideline. Great camaraderie here at Brophy. Getting a little chilly. See the parents bundling up here. Student section, always a wonderful time. I see they have their DJ over there, which I don't see quite often at high school football games. What a great add-in for their Brophy.
And Hampton will put it up right there for the field goal to make it 42-0. But I mean, the atmosphere has been going crazy so far. You hear the cowbells. It's been quite the night here for Brophy, putting up 42 points here already in the third quarter.
Right, and third quarter, it seems to have just flown by. We have 3 minutes and about 30 seconds left to go here at Raylang until the fourth quarter. Expecting to see some more big plays from Brophy. And let's see what these Aztecs can do as struggling a bit on offense. And we'll see what they can do here.
Ryder Hampton here to kick it off again. They've done all squib kicks the first half, so it'll be interesting to see if they do it again. And they will.
And it was another one.
Another squib kick. It'll be retrieved right there. That'll be number 3, Trey Walker. And they get up to about the 30-yard line. So Corona del Sol comes out trying to find any momentum they can right now. We'll see what they have here on this drive.
18-yard kickoff return out to the 13-yard kickoff return out to the 34. First and 10 Aztecs.
Luke Farrell set to start again. Brophy showing a lot of pressure at the line.
Oh, and there is a flag, a penalty.
Looks like that's going to be a false start there for Corona del Sol.
5-yard penalty enforcement will result in first and 15 at the 29.
So a few penalties for the Aztecs tonight. Nothing insane. No, not more than 5.
The first and 15 here for Corona del Sol. 2 minutes left ticking in this third quarter. A lot of pressure shown at the line for Brophy. And there's a fumble on the field. Who is it recovered by? Looks like Corona will fall back on top of it right there. But you saw the exchange right there. Pretty tricky.
And a fumble recovery is it's hard in football. You know, I played volleyball, so in football there's everyone in a pile, everyone trying to get the ball, and Ryan reminded me of the fumble recovery in the first quarter here at Brophy too.
So 2nd and 20 here. Under a minute and 30 in the third quarter. Farrell will take the snap. Pressure immediately from this Brophy D-line. Farrell tries to get his way out of it, but he is sacked right there. Number 99, John McDade. What a play. Number 90, Caden McKenzie was also in on the tackle right there.
And number 7, Luke Farrell there. 1,194 yards on the season and 12 touchdowns. He's definitely a team leader for these Aztecs. And we'll see how he can lead them for the rest of these 40 seconds in the third quarter.
Yeah. 3rd and 32 here. Huge deficit to overcome. Huge yardage to overcome. Farrell finds his wide receiver. That's Ruiz. But minimal gain on the play. Or they'll call that incomplete.
And Dominic Ruiz.
4th and 32. Clock ticking under 15 minutes or 15 seconds here.
And Dominic Ruiz and Farrell, they do seem to have this connection on the field. Not as successful tonight as Ruiz is his number 1 target. But, you know, Brophy puts the pressure on them, and you know, it's hard to come out of this game with.
And that will lead us to the end of the third quarter as the Brophy Broncos lead Corona del Sol 42-0. We'll be back with you in just a second here on the Varsity Sports Show. And we are back on the Varsity Sports Show. Start of the fourth quarter action as Corona del Sol punts it off. There's Ryder Noche on the punt. Return. He'll get up past the 30 and close to the 25. There is a penalty on the field, so we'll see what they call.
And we're waiting for that penalty.
Clock ticking. It is over 40 points, so there is a running clock. Referee's still having a bit of a discussion here.
Chilly night again on Ray Lang Field, which belongs to Central High School.
Illegal formation, punt team.
And it looks like they'll make the call for illegal formation here on the punting team.
Illegal formation penalty.
That penalty will be declined.
The punt return, Broncos fall first and 10 at the 25.
Again, Brophy football. All their scores are over 20, and they are currently second in the 6A Central Region standings. National rank is 92nd, and they are the 4th in Arizona.
Number 2, Rylan Humphrey at quarterback for the Broncos.
Yeah, I mean, they've shown it here tonight. A dominant performance by these Broncos. And Rylan Humphrey is back in the game at quarterback. He's in the shotgun, motioned by the tight end there. And he'll hand it off to his running back up the middle and close to a touchdown right there. That's number 26, Gavin McGuire. What a run by him.
Penalty flag on the field.
But there is a penalty flag, so we'll see what they call right here.
And that Rylan Humphrey, he is a junior. And again, he shared starting duties with Case Vanden Bosch at quarterback.
Face mask. Defense, personal foul, face mask, half the distance.
So it looks like the flag on the play will be on the defense. Face mask is the call here. Moving the Broncos even closer to scoring now.
And what you may not know about Rylan Humphrey is that he's a two-time AIA Division I state qualifier in the long jump, finishing 8th as a sophomore.
So Humphreys in the shotgun. He'll fake the handoff, look for his wide receiver, and overshoots him right there.
Incomplete pass intended for Stefano Wood.
Number 83, Stefano Woods, was the wide receiver targeted right.
Rylan was also a starter in his first 4 games. He saw action in 5 games overall, but he left the Perry game in the second quarter with an ankle injury. He did not play against Notre Dame Prep or Basha, but it's great that he is not injured, and he is in the game, ready to play and performing very well.
Humphries. He'll take the snap and he'll hand it off to McGuire. No gain on the play right there.
Ball carried by Gavin McGuire. Tackle on the play by number 45, A.J. Hernandez.
And it's hard to believe we are already in
Third down.
the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it's flown by tremendously. 8:30 left in this fourth quarter. Humphrey gets to the line. Tight end will motion. He'll take the snap, look for his wide receiver. But they are on two different pages, right?
For number 83, Stefano Blair.
Didn't make the connection there,
Number 22,
but that's okay. Humphries is running out.
fourth down.
So it looks like Brophy will go take a field goal, try to increase their lead. 2:45.
Thomas Donker Brooks with the snap. Case Van Bosch holding. And
Ryder Hampton
field goal attempt.
will look to extend the lead here. And it is good.
Hampton's kick is good.
So that will extend the lead
Seconds remaining in the
to 45-0 for the Broncos. 7 minutes left in the game.
We'd like to make a clarifying announcement. Our homecoming king, Grant Sonnenberg, and queen, Micah.
And it looks like Brophy just named their homecoming queen and king here during the fourth quarter here.
So we apologize both for the mispronunciation.
And Ryder Hampton, he's 68% in his field goal percentage this year.
Sonnenberg, your 2024 homecoming quarter.
27 for 27.
Yeah, he's extended that tonight. He's had a lot of extra points, as you see.
And he's
45
made
points up on the
tonight.
board.
So excuse me, his percentage was not 60. He's made every field goal tonight.
It went up after that last one. And Ryder Hampton will kick it off here. Short punt again. That's touched, so they do have to return it. Ruiz will get the ball, and he'll drop at about the 25. So 7 minutes left here for Corona del Sol to try to get up some type of points on the board. It's been tough sledding for them all night, though.
Again, it's a Thursday night for Brophy High School football.
6:30 left in the game. Luke Farrell just trying to get something going here for this offense. He'll take the drop back, find his tight end right there, and he'll break up the field, trucking defenders all the way past the 50-yard line. What a run. That's Jacob Helt on the reception right there.
Yeah, Farrell's pass was a bullet. That was some positive yardage for the Aztecs.
And it was accurate, something that we haven't seen for the majority of the night from Farrell.
Accurate throw for him.
Farrell, he'll take the snap here. Steps up, tries to scramble away, has no one, but he'll bring it up the field, makes a man miss. That was a big collision right there by two defenders. But he'll get enough yardage for the first down.
And Luke Farrell, the quarterback, he's actually a sophomore, 6'3" and 165. And you could tell that he is 6'3" on the field. He has some very long legs. And he did some running with those long legs. First down for those Aztecs with his playmaking.
Had to use his legs on that last play. as he sets up in the shotgun. Take the snap. Has a wide receiver. That's held right there. Wide open. And he'll be back at about the 10 for another first down for Corona. And they have some momentum here going here. Trying to get some points up before the end of the game. Their best drive so far. Farrell takes the snap. Has a wide receiver, but overshoots him. That looks like that was Dominic Ruiz.
Overshot him. Definitely intended for Dominic Ruiz. Ruiz, again, the wide receiver. Farrell's #1 target. He's a senior. And again, the ball was overthrown a little, and he reached for it, but couldn't quite get that connection.
Second down.
So 3:50 left in the fourth quarter. The Aztecs driving, trying to get their first score of the game. Farrell, 2 wide receivers to his left, 1 on his right, who motions to his left. They'll hand it off to Ruiz, trying to find some space, trying to get something going, but he is swallowed up
Wow.
by this defense, who have been on fire all night.
Saw some spin moves there from Ruiz. Has some wheels on him. And Ruiz has 22 carries and 89 yards on the season, obviously before this game started, and 5 touchdowns, though, so far.
Ruiz, he is a playmaker. It's just been tough against this Broncos defense tonight. They've been swarming all over the field. Farrell has it. Ruiz motion in, and he targets Ruiz right here. Gets the tackle at about the 5-yard line, it looks like, for Brophy.
And that was #3.
Complete to #3, Marcus Fuentes. Tackled by #22, Thatcher Wilson. 8-7 after the 6.
Seems like the Aztecs are really working their tail off, trying to get into the end zone, trying to put something on the board.
Check combos.
Clock coming up on 2 minutes here. 4th and 5. Aztecs' last breath. And there's a flag on the play.
Handball penalty prior to the snap. Encroachment defense.
Encroachment on the defense.
Half the distance to the goal, penalty enforcement.
And I believe it's the second encroachment call on Brophy tonight. We've seen another encroachment call on Aztecs. But as we know, it's high school football. It's football. Penalties are going to happen.
At the 3.
So it's 4th and 1 at the 3. Farrell will hand it off to Ruiz, who walks into the end zone and gets the first points on the board for this Corona del Sol Aztecs offense. Their best drive of the night so far, cutting the lead.
How exciting for these Aztecs. And as we were reading Dominic Ruiz's stats, I said he had 5 touchdowns before this game, and now he has 6 on the season.
And for the point after, Michael Haskovich.
Michael Haskovich for the point after.
Arthur Holday. And Terry Zambovich.
Snap is clean. Kick is good. And it is 45-7 now.
Zambovich tried.
So a nice way to end the game for Corona del Sol after a tough 3 quarters.
And that Brophy defense did a great job at attempting to hold them. The Aztecs, it was just their time, came out and scored that touchdown. Score 45 Brophy Broncos, 7 Corona del Sol Aztecs. And we have a minute 44 left on the clock. And I can't wait to see, what's left of this minute 44 game.
Kicking off for the Aztecs, number 8.
And see what happens with the kickoff.
Number 82, Zambrovich, set to kick it off. Ryder Noche in the back, ready to receive. So an attempted onside kick. And do they get it? A big pile. And Corona del Sol will recover the ball. So a strong way to end the game for Corona del Sol with about a minute and 30 left here in the game. They'll have one more shot to put up some more points on the board.
Yeah, so let's talk about that rider Noche. He has offers from Arizona and Arizona State. He's number 35 on the Arizona Republic 2021 Phenom 50. He's a member of the USA Junior National Flag Football Team champion and the 2023 Junior International Cup 15U Boys champions. He was named the NFL Flag 14U Player of the Year, and he was honored in Vegas in 2024 at the NFL Honor Show. 20 total tackles there.
Yeah, he's been making plays all night tonight for this Brophy defense. A little confusion here on the field, trying to get everything settled out.
It's always impressive to me, and just from being in this internship, seeing these football players play both sides. As I just read all those fun facts about Ryder Noche, he's a wide receiver and a cornerback.
Farrell takes the snap, has Ruiz wide open. Can he hit him? Yes, he can, in stride. And all of a sudden, this Corona del Sol offense has woken up with another touchdown. One play, one strike there for the Aztecs.
And Dawi, it really does truly feel like they have woken up. I believe Dominic Ruiz now has 7 touchdowns on this season, and 2 of those being against Brophy.
Yeah,
He must be
he upped
feeling
the
very
score
happy
very
right
quick.
now.
Yeah, he upped it very quick. So Zambrobovich will be on for the extra point. The hold is good, snap is good, and the kick is good. 45-14, a minute and 23 left here in the fourth quarter.
Regular timing rules are back in effect.
Right, and we have just seen the Corona Aztecs score 2 touchdowns in a row. Let's see what Brophy's offense has to give us next, as there is a minute 23 left. That could potentially be a lot of time in football, but not the most time we've ever seen on a clock.
Yeah, this one is all but settled here. Corona del Sol will look to get another onside kick, but it looks like Brophy will be ready for it this time. So they try the onside kick again. This time it'll land out of bounds.
And there are 2 flags on the field that were thrown.
Those will go against Corona del Sol. The kickoff went out of bounds. Brophy will be in great field position to end the game on this last drive.
5-yard penalty enforcement from the inbound spot results in Broncos ball, 1st and 10 at the 43.
Ball will be placed at the 43 in opponent's territory for Brophy. Rylan Humphrey running out there trying to command the troops. Maybe get one last score before the end of the game. Looks like they'll just kneel it to end out the game. One more snap will come.
And Rylan Humphrey also went to All Saints Episcopal Day School, that is here in Phoenix, Arizona, not far from Brophy.
But looking at it, what a night for Brophy. Their offense doing their job, defense always showing out. And you get this type of score, this type of lopsided event, 45-14. There's a lot to look forward here in the last couple of weeks for Brophy.
Right. Great season for Brophy so far. Only 1 loss on their season, again to Basha.
So Rylan will kneel it out for the last time as the clock ticks down under 30, and that looks like that will be the last play of the game. As Brophy has a decisive victory on senior night, and it'll end in a 45-14 victory here on Thursday night. Well, Paisley, what a game. What
Yeah,
a game.
what a game. Again, we're here at Railing Field. Brophy Broncos score 45 to the Corona del Sol Aztecs 14.
Yeah, there's a
And
lot of positives to take out of this game if you're Brophy. Obviously, they face South Point Catholic next week, but now they improve their record to 7-1, while Corona del Sol
right,
drops to 1-7.
and what a happy senior night for them. You know, we see the Aztecs score 2 touchdowns at the end. It shows they have it in them. They tried to put up a fight, and they did. And congratulations to the Brophy Broncos, and great job to the Corona del Sol Aztecs.
Yeah. I'd like to say thank you as well. We had some technical difficulties, able to fight through it. But at the
Yeah.
end of the day, what a win for these Brophy Broncos here on senior night at Raylang Field. They'll go to 7-1, and look as they come to
As
celebrate
they
here.
celebrate, and the cheerleaders waving their pom poms, the players coming to hug moms and dads. A nice night, and we thank you. Thank you, Dawi. This is Paisley Poole again with the Varsity Sports Show.
Yes. So that'll wrap us up here on the Varsity Sports Show as the Brophy Broncos sing their fight song. 45-14, the final score here. You guys have a great night here on the Varsity Sports Show.
Go Varsity!